This has been extremely hard on me to make this video, but I really wanted to. It's okay. With it being a year this week since that happened, it's still really fresh, and it's just really hard with it being the first year, and I know that every year it will be really difficult, but I really wanted to make this video. One thing that you will have noticed in the video is not only the time that Jackson was born, his weight, and then his room number. I think there was a couple other things too, I can't remember, but I wanted to talk about something that's really significant about Jackson, and that's the number 11. So we never noticed this, me and Dylan, we didn't ever think anything really of this. Hold on. Come here. Hey. Okay, so Dylan and I didn't really know about this, or didn't think anything of this until Jackson was here, like not really. So when me and Dylan were both little kids, he played baseball for the most part, and I played basketball. And for the most part, our jersey numbers and whatever, number 11 as our numbers. That was like our thing. So when we first started dating, we thought that that was kind of funny. And we couldn't remember like the exact day that we got together. We just knew that it was in May. So because 11 was both of our favorite numbers, we decided that May 11th was going to be our anniversary day. And other than that, that was like the last time the number 11 came up. I went to the hospital on January 11th. I wasn't thinking about the 11th then, but as we started thinking about things, and Dylan really has a thing with numbers, like he's always adding up numbers, and numbers are very significant to him. He's always been very big on that. Add up the date, 01/11/17, which was the year, so that's the official date. All those numbers add up to the number 11, which we thought was kind of odd. We were in room 2111. That number became significant, 2111, whenever we went to Walgreens. So they took pictures just like they do for newborns. They did that for Jackson, and then they gave us a little CD. Well, as soon as we left the hospital, I went to Walgreens to get them developed. When we came back to pick them up, the total that those pictures cost was $21.11. I'm not kidding you. It's crazy. If you add up the numbers, the time he was born, which is 1:28 in the morning, 1, 2, and 8, that adds up to 11. If you take his birth weight, which was 2 pounds, 13 ounces, take 13 minus 2, you will get 11. The day that we buried him was on January 20th of 2017. So if you add up those dates, 01/20/17, that also adds up to 11. That was not done on purpose. I remember one of the first nights at home, after the funeral, me and Dylan went to Torchy's Tacos. There was a basketball game on, and I don't even know what team it was that was playing. It wasn't anybody that we cared about. I mean, it was just some random game. One of the players that they kept talking about, he was number 11, and on the back of his jersey, across his back, his last name was Jackson. We've seen so many signs, and there's been so many instances, I can't even talk about all of them. But every time we see an 11, I remember one of the first days that, I think it might have been before the funeral, I can't remember, but we had just pulled up to get gas, and Dylan, got out to pump and had a look to see what the number was, and he comes back into the car, and he's like, "You're never going to believe what pump we're at." And we were at pump 11. His mother we weren't even with her, but she was at a church service in another state. I don't even know, but she was at a church service, and she had done, she had lit a candle for Jackson in remembrance of him. And like walked out of the church, and she could see like the name of the street across the street from her. The name was Jackson. And I mean, it's things like that, like that. These things aren't just happening to me and Dylan, but they're happening to people all around us. And every time I hear these stories, and every time I see the number 11, it makes me really happy, and it makes me feel like that he's with us. Hey, it's okay. Also, this is kind of cool about him. So he was not planned. He kind of just surprised us. You know, whenever you take your pregnancy test, and if anybody has those apps on your phone for the pregnancy or whatever, if you know the last day your menstrual cycle started, you can put that in there, and it will kind of tally up estimated delivery date and an estimated conception date. Whenever I did that, it said that my estimated conception date was it was March 8th. March 8th. 3 plus 8 is 11, which is crazy too, because March 7th, was Jackson's due date. That was kind of neat. But then whenever it said what my estimated delivery date was, it said that it was November 29th. Now that's just crazy, because it's the 11th month of the year, and 2 plus 9 is 11. So I just knew whenever I found out I was pregnant, and this before I even told Dylan, I knew that though he wasn't planned, I knew that this was something greater than myself, and that in some way, shape, or form, even though I didn't understand it, and I probably won't ever understand it, this was part of God's plan. Because after I lost Jackson, they did test. You know, they said that they didn't really know what happened. They thought it might be a cord accident because he had it wrapped around his foot, but they said that that could not have been it. So they tested my placenta after Jackson, and they found out that I have what is called, I don't even know how to say it, but I know the abbreviations. It's MTHFR. Basically, I can't process folic acid. So there's different forms of it, or different variations of this genetic thing, and I have one of the worst forms. So basically, I can't process, or I can only process about 5 to 10% of folic acid. Folic acid is in every single thing that we eat. Also, it is in our prenatals, and babies need it a whole lot whenever they are developing. Because of that, it causes a lot of issues outside of pregnancy that have nothing to do with it, like ADHD, anxiety, depression, heart issues. I mean, it causes all kinds of things. What it caused for me, and what pregnancy issue it caused for me, was that I developed blood clots in my placenta, which in turn prevented Jackson from receiving any kind of nutrients or blood flow or oxygen, from me. So that's why he passed. My doctor also told me that because of these blood clotting issues, had Jackson been alive, and had we gone to the hospital and found out that he was alive, but something was terribly wrong, they would have rushed me into emergency surgery. They wouldn't have even done, inducing me. They would have just done emergency surgery. And she said that if she would have done an emergency surgery on me, that without knowing that I had these blood clots and this, issue going on, that it could have killed both me and Jackson. So in a way, it's kind of like Jackson saved my life, because I had this issue that I didn't know about, and there was, no real reason for me to find out about this. He saved my life. So in a way, and that's kind of how I look at it, but it doesn't take away how much it hurts and how much I wish I could trade in places all the time. I wish that he was here because of this one. I wish he was here because of me. I wish he was here because of Dylan and, his girls and my family and Dylan's family. And I just, but at the same time, I'm kind of thankful because I got to hold an angel in my arms. And how many people can say that? How many people can say that they literally held an angel in their arms and they knew it when they held him? And I can say that, and I know that he is with me. I see him all the time. I think of him every day, and he's constantly sending me signs, and I know it's him. I know it is. And I understand if not everybody believes in that kind of thing, and that's okay. But I do, and I very strongly believe in higher beings and ways that the ones that have passed from this earth communicate with us. I do. And it's just, you can't chalk all these 11s up to be a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. But today is January 9th. So this video, I'm either going to put up to, I don't know, within the next couple days. It might go up on the 11th. Who knows? So I'm doing okay today. Now, I've been extremely depressed, and it's been very hard. I'm so thankful that I have this little guy and I could hold him. I hold him extremely tight sometimes, and I love his cuddles and everything. But I want so much for him to have his big brother with him. And I just imagine about what it would be like if I had them both here at the same time. That Jackson would be about to turn 1, and he'd probably be walking and driving me nuts. And then I have his little brother. And, I long for that, and I know I'll never have it. And I know every year that he gets older, I'll remember that Jackson would have been just about a year older, and he's not here. It's not easy. And I know that the 11th is going to be the worst day. Just thinking about it. And I'm trying to be strong for this little one. And I know he needs me. I love him so much. But not having Jackson here, I just don't feel complete. And I hate that. I do. It's not fair. Okay, guys, before I start really getting into the ugly cry, I'm going to get off here and go ahead and finish this video right here. Thank you so much for watching this and sticking it out if you made it to the end. Oh, and he spit up on me. I'm going to go ahead and finish this video here, guys, and take care of this little one. And I appreciate everything. I appreciate y'all if y'all made it to the end of this video. And just keep us in your prayers, as the 11th of January is always going to be a hard one for us. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.